Welcome to Satvidya Java tutorials. Now we are in section 8. In this lesson we are going to talk about raw types and we are going to see an example by passing multiple types to the generic class. For example, if you have a generic class and if you are trying to create the instance of that class like this, that means without conforming the data values. So what happens, the compiler it is going to treat this type of object as a raw type, and after you create a raw type you can also assign this value to the object where you are passing string as string as a value data type here, but still you are not confirming over here. Since then also it is going to treat it as a raw type, and Java compiler is going to produce an warning by saying you don't have strong type check. So in order, if you want to avoid this warning, you can also use the suppress warning annotations. In older versions in Java, people are going to use this raw types, but better Java recommends not to use this raw type. So better if you can avoid this usage of raw type and pass the string values before declaring the instance of the object. Now let's go to the Eclipse and see an example here. Here I have created an example to show you the product. That means if you want to get the product price, total price, so some products might be integer, some products might be string, and quantity and price, some prices might be integer, some prices might be like a user, that is if the shopping contains only integer values, user might want to integer, or you can also use the decimals like this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you the program how to do this with the generic class. Let's go to our programming task. Wait, let me show you. Yeah, coming to here, I have created two classes. One class is like this, where contains all the methods of my class. Here what I am doing, here I have created a class and I am sending three types here, generic types. One type deals with the product, it might be an integer or a string, and T and U deals with the quantity and the price. Here we know that is going to be the number all the time, that's why I'm going to make it extends number. Why I'm going to do this number extension? Since if we do that then we can easily do the arithmetic operations in our methods. Since I have three variables of generic type, here I am declaring three variables here, and also here I am trying to declare another variable where it is going to store the list of items here. That means all the individual product total price, and finally this list of items helps us to find the total of that particular shopping list. So here next what I am going to do, here I am going to create two constructors. One is parameterized, one is default constructor. My default constructor, what I am going to do, I just create the instance of the class, and also parameterized. If I am using parameterized constructor also, it is going to directly set the values, and it also creates the instance of the class. Anyway you can use, and if you want to assign more values or you can assign values, then I have created another method called set product details here, like this, where you can set the values by using the method. Since our variables are private, we cannot use it directly in other classes. We must and should provide, I mean, if you want to your value to be changed, then you can provide setter and getter methods to the user, so user can use your variables. So here I have provided set methods for like product name, price and the quantity, and also I am going to provide the getter methods for each individual item where they can get the values individually. Now next what I am going to do, I have to find individually the price of each product. So I have created another method to find that. So immediately I find the product of the quantity and the price. What I have to do, I have to store it in a list. That's why I have created another method here in order to store the value that we got total at the end to the list. After every value that got stored in the list, what we have to do, we have to find the total price of the value. So how I can do, I have created another method to iterate the loop and find the total value of the prices, total prices values are going to be stored here. So like this, we can make our program to execute. Here we are getting error. Let me check what it is. This method must return a double value. Let me show you. Okay, what we have to do is this supposed to be here. Yeah, since we have to return after for loop, right? After we get total, we have to return this value. So after we got return, we are going to display the total value in our shopping list. So now I'm going to save this program. Now let's go to the another class where let me put everything down so that we can see code very easily. I'm going to sit here. Okay, first what I'm going to show you is what happens if you use the raw type. For example, if I am creating a raw type over here, so what happens, it is going to execute nice, but it is going to initially produce you a warning to say it is a raw type. The compiler is going to treat it like a raw type and it is going to say that should be parameterized. If it is not parameterized, then we don't get strong error check. Then what is the purpose of the generic types, one of the uses is not solved. And here coming to, I have created integer and again I have created another object. Let me comment this. Yeah, now you can see still also it is going to accept. I'm saying it like an integer, but I'm not confirming over here. That's why it is going to accept apple. Even though the user want integer, the string value is going to be get accepted. It is going to produce you an error, but meanwhile if you are performing any operations on this integer value, then it is going to produce you a runtime error. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to comment this again, and now let's see. So what is the way we can do? That's why we have to parameterize initially, and also have to confirm here also. After you confirm here, at compile time itself, Java compiler is going to throw you an error to say it is going to be undefined. You cannot use integer double as a string double. So you have to use it like a integer. Okay, let's use it like a integer and see how it works. And here I'm going to show you a raw type only, but output still works good until if it is not stuck anywhere at the runtime. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to uncomment this and I'm going to save this and I'm going to run this. So if you run and see, you have the product name, quantity, price and the total. So like this you can deal with the parameterized constructor, and if you want to declare only default constructor and want to pass the multiple values, then also you can do. So here I have created a default constructor and I am passing multiple values. This time my product is a string, so I am passing string here, and what happens, I am going to send apple, orange and banana as a product details, and finally I'm going to give you the total price of my shopping. I'm going to save this and run it. After I run, it is going to say apple, banana and orange. It is going to perform the total of the three values and it is going to give you the total price of this value. So like this you can deal with the generic types, and also you can pass multiple types in the class at a time like this. So here my plan is to explain each and every concept that is available in Java. Some concepts we are going to use it real time very frequently, but some concepts we may not be using. But it's good to aware of all the concepts that are available in Java. So next we are going to discuss about the generic methods available in Java. So keep watching, don't miss it. If you like this video, Please like and share to our friends who want to learn Java from basics, and please don't forget to subscribe. And for our notifications, please press the bell icon below. And for notes, please visit www.it.satvidya.com. Thank you.